Well, I caught some heat for my thoughts on how to fix Dinosaur, so maybe we'll do a little bit better on ideas on how to fix Mission Space. I think it's pretty easy and obvious. Just bring back Horizons. And that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Okay, but seriously, how do we improve on what I consider to be the worst ride in Disney? We'll keep the ride as a simulator, to which I think is the majority of the attraction's issues, but I think there are ways to improve upon what's there currently. I think the main things we need to address are threefold. First, the overall theme. Being an astronaut trainee is fine, but it's a little bland when you're in the most magical place on Earth. Second, the mission itself has changed twice in almost 20 years. I have an idea to make it at least a little more interesting. And finally, accountability. You actually do have a mission on Mission Space. The problem is, no matter what you do, the outcome is always the same. Let's make this attraction more interactive and justify feeling nauseous for the rest of our day. My first two suggestions kind of go hand in hand, but I'll try to separate the two ideas the best I can. The idea for being an astronaut is something a lot of kids aspire to, but I think it's a little too confining for the changes we're about to make. Let's borrow from Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. Being part of a Galactic Space Federation won't just pigeonhole our new attraction from becoming our full potential. I don't think we'll take the scoring system from Buzz, rather keep the team aspect that Mission Space currently has. Changing the decor to a sci-fi command theme I think is a good makeover and a logical evolution from the realistic NASA building. It feels like going back to school rather than boarding a thrill ride, and no one wants to go back to school while you're on vacation. So along with the retheming of the show building, how do we improve on the ride itself? My solution comes from Hollywood Studios. Though there are key differences between Star Tours and Mission Space, at their heart, they're both simulator rides. What makes Star Tours so unique is your journey is randomized. The ride has 5 different sections that will be randomly chosen, making sure no two journeys are ever the same. I'm not saying we need 1,500 different variations to start, but some variety in missions while working for this unnamed Galactic Federation, at least to me, gives some rewritability instead of seeing the same film over and over again. Maybe we have to get a random item off the rings of Saturn or have a space dogfight over the moon, all things the riders need to control. Or maybe even adding to that idea, giving guests control over what missions you could do. You could even make some adventures unlockable by going on our version of Mission Space, and having redeemable points similar to tickets in an arcade. All that leads me to my third and final point. Actions need consequences. As Mission Space stands now, you get assigned one of 4 jobs. Each job will have their opportunity to hit a button once it's their time to interact with the ride. Whether you miss your cue or not, it still registers as a success. In our attraction, your points and missions rely on you paying attention and helping your team. But failure isn't always a bad thing. Maybe we could add some branching paths depending on when and where you mess up. The last part ties more into the randomization of the adventures, but I still think it works in this aspect as well. A good example of this would be Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Like Star Tours, it's a simulator ride that does pretty much exactly what I described. Get assigned a job and get points depending on how well you do so. So to recap, I think we could fix Mission Space by doing 3 things. Change the theme from becoming a NASA trainee to being a galactic pioneer taking on missions for hire. Maybe slap on a Lilo and Stitch IP just to get some brand recognition. Secondly, let's change up the destinations. Going to space is really cool, but you could only see the same video so many times before you get bored of it. Let's switch up the locales and maybe even go save some Disney characters, or fight some Disney villains. We have a whole library of movies and shows to choose from, so we could get as creative as we want to be. And finally, don't hold our hand. Let us make our own mistakes and let's see where that leads us. Life isn't always about getting everything perfect. We're all humans, and sometimes the best adventures come from something that was totally unexpected. From Buzz Lightyear to Star Tours to Smuggler's Run, all these ideas have been implemented in other parks. All of these ideas are possible, and it would be cool to see it all put together under one roof. But let me know what you think. Would you look forward to riding this attraction, or were all these suggestions stupid and I don't know what I'm talking about? But until next time, drop a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if I earned it, and thank you for watching.